All right, chat. Here we are. It is now round 5 of the vintage PTQ. We are staying in there because we want to do data collection and help out the community. Not because I have any chance of doing anything for anything in this tournament. True statement. This 6-card hand is not ideal. I think I would rather just put it back and look for a better one. We'll get back to the naming players after this, chat. First, we gotta play Magic. This is good though. Keep. I think I'm just gonna get rid of this Oko. Maybe I can get rid of the Ponder, seeing as I already have the ability to cantrip on turn 1 and Vamp on turn 2 or Oath on turn 2. Could theoretically Oath on turn 2 and then on turn 3 Vamp for an Orchard if we need to. Maybe we just don't need 2 cantrips and maybe we can keep an Oko instead. All right, Island Preordain. That doesn't tell us much of anything. Why Oath? Ponder is better when I have the ability to use a fetch land. Preordain is better just right now when I'm looking for very specific things. It's very likely that, oh my lord. Bottom. So Preordain worked out really well there. Time Walk, okay. I mean, we have a lot of powerful cards in our hand, that's for sure. That is a true statement. There are powerful cards in our hand. Oath just feels bad right now. I don't agree with that statement in any capacity. Oath has both combo and rug Oath have winning have above 50% win rates across the field. I played it in the showcase and it was one of the best decks in the field. And I've also played it in the Mana Traders to a 75% or an 80% win rate. So I mean, I just don't agree with you that Oath feels bad right now. Oath is a non-pyroblastable, non-flusterstormable threat. So it lines up very well against the Pyroblast decks. It lines up pretty well against the other combo decks as well. So my big problem with my Oath list is it is a little susceptible to things like Doomsday. But I think most things are susceptible to Doomsday. So Mox Pearl is a great draw here. So I have tons and tons of options. Opponent is obviously holding up tons of mana as well. I'm thinking I would like to... Yeah, so like this is what I'm talking about. Like in round 1, my chat was telling me my deck has too many dead draws. And then in round here, we have literally all the most powerful cards in Vintage, right? Well, not Oko, but... So I have to choose something here. I'm not 100% sure what I'm supposed to choose. I kind of think there's like some merit to walking. There's some merit to jamming Oko and forcing a counterspell because it's almost always going to force a counterspell because people are scared of Oko. I am a little worried about getting like untapping and doomsdaying. So like there's some value in me maybe demonic tutoring for a Flusterstorm. If I cast Demonic Tutor and get a Flusterstorm, not only do I have more control over their turn, but next turn I can protect a spell with Fluster, which I kind of like the idea of doing. I don't think it's like a super high power play, but I don't think we really need high power when we have all this power in our hand, right? I think going for Tinker blind here with no backup is hella greedy. I don't think that's a good play. And then I don't think that like playing an Oath with nothing on board and no like other play is very good. I think Time Walking is like kind of not using our Time Walk very efficiently. And I think Oko is like leaving me too vulnerable to a blue-based combo deck. So yeah, I'm gonna just go with Flusterstorm. I could theoretically go for Force here. But I think Fluster is slightly... What if I go for Force at Will? This way, I don't actually need to top deck a mana source to go for Tinker Fluster. I can just have Tinker Force. Mystical sees play as a 1-of in Doomsday. Mystical is not the super strong card, but it's definitely playable. I think Spell Pierce is pretty decent right now. The biggest problem with Spell Pierce is it gets countered by Pyroblast, right? That's a good draw for my opponent. How long have I been playing Vintage? A couple years now. Not for a super long time. All right, cracking for blue and playing Narset. All right, I'm gonna make them fight over this. I think I'm gonna pitch my Time Walk, and the reason being is if I hit a land drop, I could theoretically go Oko, stand up Emerald, or stand up Pearl and kill my Narset if I think that play is correct. It also baits out counter spells from my opponent. So if I go for like a Tinker line, it's more good. Good English, Justin. Ugh. And also, like, I just don't want them to have a Narset in play. So let's see if they crack this for Pyroblast. I'm kind of thinking they're going to. It does feel like the way my opponent has played this game that they have a Pyroblast in hand, but they don't have to counter, like, they don't have to make a Narset resolve either. Oh, it's Oath. Okay. All right. Interesting. I'm glad we didn't play our Oath of... Imagine if we had played our Oath of Druids blind on turn 2, like chat said. Look how bad that would have gone for us. Okay, so they could still have Pyroblast or Flusterstorm here. Unfortunately, my opponent doesn't have like an artifact that I could Oko or anything like that. So it's not really super useful. Now the question is like, am I jamming a Tinker? And I think the answer is yes. I'm pretty sure chat said that. It was a bad line, so I'm pretty sure chat said it. That's kind of how chat works. Okay, so they did have Force of Will. They chose not to fight over the Narset, which is interesting. It's good patience for my opponent. They had double Force of Will. So they have one card left in their hand. We've got, obviously, a not castable Oko and a not castable Oath of Druids. So it's like we both have one card in hand and the opponent has one more mana. Why not Oko? I didn't want to. Didn't feel like it did anything. I can't stand up any of my own creatures. All I can do is make food. What's the point of playing Oko? Now I can stand up their Pearl, but they can always match it with an Orchard, so it doesn't really do anything, right? Well, the thing is, you don't actually want to have a land before you play your Tinker. So you're playing Bolas' Citadel, which only allows you to play one land per turn. So if you Tinker and you already used your land drop and you hit a land on top with your Citadel, it means you can't play any more spells. All right, well, I'm going to definitely jam an Oko now. I think it's much better than playing a Ponder. And it definitely forces interaction here. Because now I'm going to turn this Pearl into a 3/3, which is going to make them have to use... Oh, they have the Pyroblast. So they had a Pyroblast too? Huh. Oh, no. That must mean Abrupt Decay then. Okay, so it must be a combo Oath Mirror. My opponent's playing one of my older lists that has Narset. I guess I haven't released any lists that don't have Narset yet, which makes sense. Oh, it's Negation. Okay, so maybe it is still Rug. Okay. Unless maybe they're going for Dig Through Time? Okay, they're going for Dig Through Time. Okay, so it's probably Rug, Control, Oath then. Yeah, it's not ideal, right? Because it does force them to use this. And they can't attack my Oko because then I would block with my Spirit and I would get a thing. It does give my opponent a lot of chances to make mistakes, though. Navigating Oko in an Oath of Druids matchup is like... Okay, they found... That's really interesting. They took Force of Will blue card off of Dig, so I'm okay with that. That's really good for me. They're basically on top decks now. So... Like, for instance, if I make this into an elk, right? And they don't give me a spirit, and they play another Moxen, and I make another thing into an elk, it means... that still doesn't work. Never mind. I mean, it means they have to orchard and then orchard again. So they drew top deck Ponder, which is bad for Justin. No, it's definitely something you can do. I just don't think it's worth it, typically. So we'll have to readjust our sideboard plan. Obviously, we had a sideboard plan versus Miharu's Rug Control Oath, but it might be different than how this player plays Rug Control Oath. So we have to adjust on the fly, which is like a really big... It's a really big reason why I don't like putting out sideboard guides, because sure, if my opponent and Miharu play the same deck, that doesn't mean they're going to sideboard the same way. It doesn't mean they're going to play the same way. Maybe they leave all their oath in. Maybe they take all their oath out. Maybe Miharu leaves some and they don't, you know? So I really dislike the idea of like sideboard guides. They're very... You have to... If you like use sideboard guides, you have to like be actively seeking the changes, right? Or not the changes, but like you need to be flexible and be aware that you shouldn't just put in the sideboard that they say to. Now, I could just take a land here. I just don't really want to take a land. So then the thing is, like, do I take a preordain and bottom? But that's not actually doing anything different than... Oh, it's not better than shuffling, because you are putting 2 cards you don't want on the bottom and drawing, but it does use a mana. And I think I'm going to play the Time Vault this turn if I don't have anything. So I'm just going to any order this. And yes. Okay, I have decided I am not going to do the Time Vault thing. I'm going to play a Sensei's Top. There's almost no card that I could draw into that I would be able to cast and play, so I'm just going to pass and spin on end of turn when I have more information. Opponent did choose to not shuffle with their Ponder, so opponent understands what their next 2... fucking real. Okay. So now I'm gonna spin in case I find Mental Misstep, because this is gonna get an Oath of Druids. Of course. Force of Will blue card. All right, so if I upkeep Vamp, draw Vamp, I can not stop... Yeah, I could... Oh no, I won't have the mana to Abrupt Decay. I have the mana to Repeal, but that won't do it. I could go for Key and hope that they don't kill me on one turn or something. Shite. All right, so I think they're like 100% to Vamp for an Oath here. And then I have to Vamp and see what's best for me. Unfortunately, because they used a spirit that turn, it means all of my avenues of like stopping spirits from happening are not going to work. Wait, they didn't go for Oath? They went for Tinker? Oh. All right, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. All right, so it is a combo Oath Mirror. All right, so in this case... In this case, our sideboarding is different as well. In this case, I'm definitely down to board out a ton of Oath of Druids, like 3, and board in a bunch of ways to kill Oath of Druids. Yeah, so this matchup is like very, very different from playing against a Miharu style Oath list. So I don't think I have any outs anymore. Sure. I think Time Vault Key is really important, because what it does is it lets you have a very high chance of, when you flip a Grizzlebrand, never passing the turn back to your opponent. And that is the key to this deck, is your Oath of Druids need to be able to win the game. Okay, chat. So we have a key. I don't have high hopes that if we pass the turn, we will be able to get another turn. Um, but I don't actually think we have other options, right? None of these other options do anything, so we might as well just get a key and pray. All right, so they're gonna go up to 12, which means they have one draw plus Citadel. Citadel and Grizzlebrand don't work exactly correctly, but yeah, I guess we could have gone for Ancestral into Lotus Key. You would have to think that the possibility of getting another turn is lower than hitting 2 Exacxies off an Ancestral in 45 cards, and I actually don't think that would be true. Having made opponent's deck, um, this position opponent is very likely to win. But there's not a 0% chance that I don't get another turn here. All right, we're dead. Okay. Yeah. Now we're 100% dead as long as they play a key. Yeah, maybe Ancestral's a better shot. Just trying to go Lotus Key. It's possible. I'm not 100% sure. we It was a shuffle though, so you have no idea. Anyways, I'm gonna leave in one one Oath of Druids, and I'm going to take a bunch of claims and an Abrupt Decay. I'm gonna take out the island. I don't think the island is necessary in this matchup. And I think this is fine. I don't really want 4 claims, but this looks good to me. I want to have a Oath of Druids in my deck because I want to be able to Demonic Tutor for it if I am in an advantageous position. But in the meantime, I don't expect my opponent to cut Oath of Druids, so I expect to try to use their Oath of Druids. And if I can't, then I can claim them, right? So that's my idea here. Uh, I don't think they will. And if they do, that's fine. Yikes. Unfortunately, this hand is not keepable. I don't have it at Orchard, so playing an Oath of Druid down blank is no bueno. I have no blue mana to preordain. I'm relying on my top to spin into something that is worthwhile. I'm going to just mulligan this hand. This hand's obviously much better. This is our first Ancestral Recall in our opening hand, right? It's been 5 rounds. This is the first time. I'm pretty sure that's a true statement, right? Kind of maybe part of the reason why we're not doing very much winning today. I'm going to go against typical convention here, and I am going to cast Ancestral on my turn. I think there's a really high upside to casting Ancestral now because I have a Soul Ring key that I'd like to be able to play. Obviously, the only spell that I'm running into is Mental Misstep. Opponent can't have a negation. It's not in their deck. So they can have Force of Will or Mental Misstep. Obviously, if my Ancestral Recall gets Mental Misstepped, I will be crying. However, I think that the percentage chance of a 1-of in their opening hand and versus the possible fuck off. I just fucking It's just not my day, I think, chat. I think it might just not be my day. Uh... Well, when they go Orchard, Mox, and Oath, and I have the Nature's Claim, I'll feel pretty good about my Nature's Claim not being mental misstepped. Let's fucking go! I'm a genius! God, I'm so smart, chat. So fucking smart. They would play oaths, and I have my claim. Don't say it gets forced. Don't say those words to me. Oh, jeez. Should we use this pedal to try to find protection? I guess there's just no shot of protection, right? There's nothing in my deck that I could draw that is actually protection. But I guess I could draw cards that are good. Maybe. Oh, maybe we should play around. Maybe they put in Mindbreak Trap. All right. I'm just gonna Nature's Claim this. If opponent has Force of Will, we were not destined to win the game, right? That's just how it is. I wonder if I'm supposed to crack this pedal and just get my shit in play. I don't think so. It gives me help for like black draws, like Demonic Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, or Yawgmoth's Will. So I think keeping the pedals in play is better. Now, if they play a second Nature's Claim, like, so opponent got to mental misstep my Ancestral, but was that really worth it? Was it really worth it? Who came out on top there, chat? Did opponent really get the most value off of their mental misstep? Probably. But to be fair, I would have no counter magic if they claim. I don't know for sure, but we would have drawn at least what? One. Yeah, I mean, we're never playing an oath. Like, see, this is like a big reason why you don't want to have Oath of Druids in your deck post board, right? You're gonna play a second Oath of Druids. All right, now I can draw Abrupt Decay though, because I didn't use my pedal. So like if I had Oath of Druids in my deck, like from this situation, chat, if I had Oath of Druids in my deck, it would be considered a dead draw because my opponent has 2 Forbidden Orchards. My Oath of Druids is a dead draw. So really, you want to make your opponent the one who is playing the Oath of Druids, and you are interacting with the Oath of Druids if it's not in your favor, right? Theoretically, opponent could have had 0 orchards and I had 2 orchards, and they played an Oath of Druids, and I get the trigger. But all right, I'm aware it's not my day today. Like I'm aware it's not my day, but can we please give me a little love? Like can we like yes, thank you. This is what I was saying. Yes. Fucking murder this shit. Oh my god. It's just been a hard day, chat. We've made some good content, That's a true statement. Some good content has been made. we haven't had the best Magic day. I don't think I played outstanding today by any means. In every round we had definite places where we could have gotten slight advantages that we did miss. So I don't think I deserve to be 4-0. However, we were not put in a position where we could 4. I swear to God, if you play a third Oath of Druids, I will scream. Oh my god. This is unreal. Why are you 1-3 opponent? Clearly you should be the one clearly you should be the one who is 4-0. Fuck me, dude. Yo, maybe they'll hit 2 forces on top and I'll kill them with 5 spirits, right? It's possible. Did they just Abrupt Decay a spirit? Brilliant play. Oh, the Ancestral, no! Guys, chat, bam. I might need to retire. I might need to retire. It might be retirement time. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. It seems like Shout out to Streamlabs customer service. They actually helped me fix a problem. It wasn't actually a problem. It was user error. It was user error. But I didn't know that I could go. When you go online and you fix the alert box in the online, not from the Streamlabs OBS, but you fix it online, you have to switch to YouTube to turn off the YouTube sub alert. I didn't turn it off. I just turned off the sound. But what is opponent doing? Going off? I mean, we need to let opponent have some fun, right? You know, we gotta let opponent, like, opponent signed up to do the thing. You gotta let them do the thing. Well, you see, Akash, it wasn't user error, but it was lack of user information. So maybe, you know, their user interface could be updated to help idiots like me. To be more intuitive. I find myself to be a fairly smart person when it comes to using online interfaces. So when I can't find something, I tend to think that maybe it was hidden. It wasn't like, I should be able to change it from Streamlabs OBS, right? And because I have the option to change it. The problem is, because they have like the local files and the cloud files, if you like make a change on the local files, it doesn't always affect the cloud files. And because the Streamlabs OBS local files are interacting with my Twitch connection, not my YouTube connection, any changes I do to the YouTube connection are overwritten by the cloud. So it's not like super straightforward. But yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense if I just always edited my alert box from the online menu instead of from the widget, which doesn't really, that kind of defeats the purpose of being able to edit from the widget. So I don't know. In my mind, it doesn't make too much sense, but it also is my fault, right? I just couldn't find the correct way to do the thing. So, all right. Anyways, we did do the dying again. We are now killing my challenge win rate by continuing to play in this event. But that's fine. We did. It's fine. Everything's fine. No, the Zoomers go in with everybody else. You wanted to be part of this thing, this community, this. I gotta fucking buy. I haven't gotten a buy in a challenge before. I've never received a buy in a Premier Magic Online event before. This has never happened to me. Damn. That is really how bad we are doing today, aren't we? All right, this is the I don't know, seventh round of the Vintage Challenge. We are playing along so that we can do the the data at the end. Let's just do our best and hope it all works out. We'll see what Beta Lands is up to. Beta Lands, show me what you got. Tundra, that is technically a beta land, so you are correct. I mean, this is not technically a beta land, I guess, but Tundra itself is a beta land, so. Yeah, you can look at my hand. My hand's pretty good. This is one of the better hands we've had today, actually. We haven't had the strongest hands today. If we can draw a Mox, this hand is fantastic, and we have two looks for it, so I think I'm pretty happy with this hand. This is definitely like, this hand is a cut above a lot of the hands that we've kept today, so. All right. Can I have Moxen, please? Sounds good, Amir. Amir, you have some dedicated followers in chat. They got high opinions of you. Let's let you know. Ah, Shattering Spree. Man, they have the answer to Oath of Druids in their hand? Insanity. I drew a fucking Grizzlebrand again. Can I please? Can I fucking please? I just Oath, Tropical, these cards are garbage. I don't need these cards in my life. Any order. What? Why? Why do I draw the Mox now? This is the worst. This is the worst. All right, so I have the answers currently. Unfortunately, opponent gets to play a Dreadhorde Arcanist here and flashback a Preordain, which is annoying. D tier player for sure. Absolute. Wait, they're just gonna jam the Teferi? Well, I'm just gonna that was not the correct play from the opponent. That was definitely the wrong play. So opponent has full information of my hand from the Gataxian probe. I don't understand why they're casting Teferi when they could be casting Dreadhorde Arcanist here. Like unless they think they're for some reason they're countering this Oath of Druids, which I don't really know how they would be able to do that. It doesn't really make any sense to me. Like they know I have a Forbidden Orchard. They can't really make this play. This is a true statement, Coop. This is you make a factually true statement. Okay, so like, what are opponents' options now, though? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to play the Teferi. Then I guess maybe they hoped the Teferi would resolve before. I mean, they knew I had a Force of Will, so they knew it was getting countered. If they just wait, then they can maybe find a Pyroblast to protect their Teferi. It doesn't really make sense to me. But they could always draw like a Swords of Plowshares here, which would be pretty annoying. Considering we have, I mean, this Grizzlebrand could be the last card in our deck and we would lose because we already discarded the Memory's Journey. That would be pretty on par for the course for today. Okay. That was not my entire deck, so I'm happy. The Time Vault is in the yard. The oh, fuck, the Yogwill is in the yard. The Yogwill and the Citadel are both in the yard, and I can't get them back. If they draw Swords to Plowshares, we probably lose. Because we pitched our stupid Memories Journey. Vampiric is in the yard. All right, I'm going to do this pre-combat. Pre-draw step in case we draw Mystical. If I can get a Time Walk. All right, we can try to find a Tendrils kill, though. We're just looking for, like, one Time Walk here. Maybe I'm supposed to draw 3. Well, they're actually tapped out of Lightning Bolt. I don't know if I want to draw and die to Lightning Bolt, though. That's my only issue here. I guess I have Force of Will. I should probably have drawn 7 more cards. Oh, they have Swords to Plowshares. They did top decks. Oh, no, they have Gush. They're trying to find Swords to Plowshares. Sure, that's fine. Oko. All right, so currently I could have Storm count 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not very good. I don't have that many blue cards either. This isn't ideal because I kind of want to do the Tendrils on this turn. I think I'm supposed to go for a Tendrils this turn. I guess I could get Flusterstormed, which is kind of unfortunate. And both of my Flusters are in the yard. Is that true? Bro, that would be so bad. I would like snap die. Maybe the best play here is to just play an Oko and turn off their Dreadhorde. And just pass with 1 Force of Will up. And just pitch a bunch of extra cards. That kind of seems like the correct play in my mind. So I would pitch Orchard Grizzlebrand. I guess that's fine. We're much more likely to storm kill if we hit him for 7 as well. Okay, I think that's okay. I think that's the best way to play this. We lost a lot of key pieces on the mill. Hmm. Yeah, it's not been a very good day for the home team. That is a true statement. They found a Dak fade in. I don't care about that. It was a rough tourney for sure. I mean, we didn't play like exceptionally, but yeah, I would agree. I think it was a pretty rough tournament. Like even this game is like way harder than it needs to be because we had to pitch our memories journey to Force of Will, and then we milled a bunch of key pieces. So it's been like a kind of awkward game for sure. I mean, we're gonna win this game for sure, I think, but yeah, because we're gonna hit them to 11, and then we just need storm count of 6, and we're gonna draw the rest of our deck basically. Underground, tropical. All right, so I definitely think I'm supposed to crack first so I can get my last fetchable. All right, I will play my last fetchable. Yeah. All right, so draw. 1. Oh, I have time walk as well. 2, 3. All right. Yay! We actually played Magic today. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Just get a little magic happening. Get a little winning on the table. You could really use a little winning. All right, so we're looking at some kind of Jeskai deck. Big change. You usually just put this decay in so that you don't get overrun by like a Planeswalker or Gentle Darkness. And then I like taking a Mystical out because I don't want it to get Pyroblasted. It's kind of bad. It's also slow card disadvantage. So I like to take that out. Let's just run like this. Yeah, if anyone at the end of this tournament played in the tournament and is willing to send me their matchups and who played what and what they played, I would really appreciate that. We're going to be doing data collection at the end of this tournament, and that's 256 players, so it's going to take a while. So any additional help I can get would be much appreciated. All right. See if we can't actually win a match on our own accord here. Classic Justin hand. I mean, it's a pretty good mull to 6, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep it. I do like key against Jeskai. I think the Volkey is a pretty decent way to get underneath them. Obviously they have Dak Fade in, so you have to kind of be careful with how you do it, but for the most part it works pretty well. Ooh, nice. I hear that card is pretty good. Swords to Plowshares, Blast, Peak Lavinia. You kept in Lavinia? You're nuts, opponent. You're actual factual nuts. Oh, I drew a misstep, huh? So if I cast Ancestral, I go to 6 cards in hand. I cast Misstep, I go to 5 cards in hand, and then I overdraw. So we'll just do it on their turn. Unless they peek me for some. Well, yeah, if they peek me, then I don't want to do it because I again will overdraw. I guess we're just gonna do it on their turn. Nah, I'm not that powerful, Diesel. You see, I'm only a D tier according to chat. So this could go badly if Peak draws them a Force of Will, but I think that's fine. I guess if Peak draws them a Force of Will or a Mental Misstep, it's not bad to discard Grizzlebrand, but it's also kind of unnecessary. You don't really want to discard it. You would rather shuffle it back into your deck, which is a thing you can do. But you can do that in 2 ways. You can do that from the graveyard or from your hand, but each one only has 1 spell. So yeah, I mean, they have 2 draws in their deck that make this play bad, but I think it's still what I want to do. I'm going to use the Underground Sea in case I draw a Vampiric. I mean, they're going to Pyroblast this for sure. Misstep it, and then they just, if they hit Misstep, obviously we get wrecked. I guess they could hit Misstep, Force, or Daze, depending on what's in their deck. Why does it feel like... Yeah, okay. I would have hit a Lotus Petal and held up in Flusterstorm, so I definitely don't dislike... Oh, they kept the 1-lander with a peak and they missed. It's good for Justin. But this is why I kept my Grizzlebrand, right, chat? Like, I do have a Brainstorm in my deck. Oh, wow. We actually hit Orchard. So... yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm going to put Grizzlebrand with... I guess top above... I guess Predain above it is fine. And then we're going to go Emerald... Petal... Orchard... Oath of Druids... I mean, I feel like this is what my deck is supposed to be doing, and what we just didn't get to do in our first 5 rounds today. Like, our deck is operating at all cylinders in this matchup. I mean, it is one of our better matchups, I think. I think Jeskai is quite a good matchup for me. No, we're still playing the PTQ. It's round 7 of 9. So... it's not a comeback. You definitely should not call it a comeback. It's quite frankly not possible for it to be a comeback. So they bottomed. It looks like they missed on land again. So opponent is obviously not yes, not happening. So we're hoping here to just flip into a... we know the Grizzlebrand is on the top, so we're actually not going to flip into any cards that hurt us, which is great, because I'm going to look for a Time Vault and win here. So we are at 14, which means we can't draw twice, which is unfortunate. I do it for you, chat. We're playing it out for you. Oh, I draw the Vamp after. Can I actually take Infinite here? I think so. I might also have... yeah. E... Vamp. Time Vaults. Draw. Time Vault. Yep. I mean, this is exactly what I wanted to do with this tournament. This is exactly my deck functioning in the correct manner. It's just kind of sad that it just didn't work out, you know? Ow, I'm at 2. Oops, I'm at 9. Ow, I'm at 6. All right. That was really good. That deck, my deck looked like a functioning piece of cardboard there. I don't know how to say this. It looked like it actually had merit. Anyways, back to the real thing. Losing matches of Magic the Gathering. We can actually still come back in this tournament and have a a winning record, though not with hands that contain Bolas's Citadel. So let's put this back. Man, I feel like I just don't. These hands have not been ideal. Maybe I ran so hot the other tournaments that I thought my deck was good, and this is actually how it runs. I mean, chat. You guys got to chill a little bit. It's all in good fun, and I think everyone there has like a decent amount of skill. So it's not doesn't yeah. What the? All right. I mean, this is the best one yet. So we look at their hand, we vamp, and we draw into Tinker, and we Tinker. Yay! That's the only play here, right? That's the play here, right? Bottom Black Lotus. Bottom Black Lotus, fetch, vamp, probe, Tinker. I have no idea what they're on. This is game 1. Vamp for Citadel and hardcast it. I guess that also works. Though we don't have enough mana to do that, so it doesn't really work. We have to pitch one more card. So even if we were to like bottom this Sapphire, we wouldn't be able to Citadel on the first turn. So I think it makes more sense to Tinker. So I think I'm just supposed to put away Black Lotus and go. Okay. We have a shot. No Pyroblast. Not really a good draw. I don't think you're allowed to bottom a land in case your opponent is playing Minstrel's Workshops. Fuck! I'm tilted. I think it's better to get one of their blue cards out of hand than sit on it, though. We tried our best, but they just had it. It was a 50-50. They either had it or they didn't, you know? Force pitching Dak. That makes sense. I mean, their hand is 3 lands and like their 4 cards were 3 lands and a preordain. So it's not like they have a lot going for them, but they do have more than we have going for us. So we mulled to 5 and we made them have it, and they had it. It happens. I'm not too worried about it. I think that was the best line we could have taken. I don't really know what a better line would have been. They're going to strip mine my C. All right. So they have a Volk and 2 unknowns in hand, and we had no, no. Sag. Big Sag. That does make me sad. Okay, fine. Respectable draw. Okay, okay, all right, okay. Doing it. I am a little surprised opponent strip mined, knowing my card in hand was Island. I think it's a little surprising for them to strip mine there, where they can build up to 3 mana, and maybe they gushed. No fear, dude. No fear at all. I feel like there's like some merit to not strip mining there, so it's unfortunate, obviously. We don't really have that many draws where we get punished for not having a black source. It's actually just demonic. But they don't know that, I guess. They could think that we're on PO, not Oath. Or like Grixis Hull Breacher or something. So if I do have to protect this, I do have to lose my top, though. So what is the rebound play here, chat? Is the rebound play a Yogwill? With my Yogwill, I would go Underground Sea, Mana Crypt, Probe, Tinker. Or Underground Sea, Probe, Vampiric. I kind of think that makes the most sense. I think it's better than getting an Ancestral and getting it Pyroblasted. Let's go with a Yogwill here. I also get to spin my top, which is nice. Yogwill, yeah, Wombo 5-2. That's some solid D tier magic. Keep it up. he says from the 3-4 bracket. All right. None of these cards seem great. I guess a repeal is the best one. I wonder if we should go for like one more fetch before we Yogwill. Maybe. I think I'm gonna wait one more time. I'd like to see if I can get a little bit more. Like, by waiting one more turn, we also have one more mana to use like a Demonic Tutor or something. So, yeah, we're not being results oriented. It was a joke. It was jokes. I mean, I wish the best for Wombo, but at the same time, come on now. I guess I technically get to spin twice here. In case. Ooh, Lotus Petal is interesting, but I think it's better for me to just see if we can find like a Fluster or something. I guess a Spell Pierce technically counts. All right, chat. What's the likelihood this resolves? I guess it doesn't beat a Force of Will no matter what, but I don't think waiting makes any sense. It's pretty strong here. So we get Mana Crypt Pro. Oh, they just drew Force Blue? All right, I guess we're fucked. I guess we're fucked. I had 2 forces, actually. Is my 3rd card down a force? Oh, that's not bad. Okay, all right. Now they don't have any forces for that. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. This is playable. It's playable. It's playable. Though I did tap myself out to like Spell Pierce a Dacker here, which is probably bad, but oh, it's Rug. Oh, we're getting Strip Mine locked. Fun. Okay. Well, if we can put a 2020 in play, might be good enough. Not 2020, a Grizzlebrand. It's like the same thing. Oath of Druids. How does that make you feel? Oh, all right. Draw with my top. Forbidden Orchard. So they actually can beat my Forbidden Orchard this turn because they have a strip mine. They can strip mine my orchard and shoot the 1/1. But the next orchard beats them, so this also prevents them from getting the strip mine back. So we do know that we draw a top and then we spin into the second orchard. So Jeff Cruz, Tarmogoyf, Merchant Scroll. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's just Ancestral Recall. Yep, I can beat that. I guess if they have a Pyroblast, I don't technically beat that. Of course. Of course they had Force Pyroblast. That was a pretty good gush, huh? Oh, they have Mental Misstep. So they had Mental Misstep and Pyroblast. Yikes. Yikes. And maybe this is not a winnable. At least wait. Why didn't they Pyroblast and Mental Misstep my top? You're insane, opponent. You're insane. You had the line. You had the line. Opponent knew I had a top on top, but they chose to misstep instead of Pyroblast. That's a big yikes in my book. As long as they don't have their one of Wasteland, we're gonna be in good shape here because we should get a Grizzlebrand here. Is Mystic Dispute Vintage playable? Yeah, you can play it in Doomsday. I said this, I think, twice today. It probably doesn't matter, Dante. This either gets me a Grizzlebrand or it gets me nothing, so. Yeah, they tapped for a red. So either they screwed up or they actually didn't have a Pyroblast. I mean, if they have Time Walk, I lose. Or if they have Lightning Bolt. I mean, I can't do shit about that, right? All right, we got to a trigger. You love to see it. We have a Mystical in our deck. So at least one activation and upkeep. Found the Time Walk. You love to see it. All right, let's start by Time Walking. I guess I should have played my Petal first to build up my Flusterstorm count. I didn't consider that, but I probably should have done that. Actually, he's going to come back and bite me here, right? No, not enough. That was pretty bad of me. It was a pretty solid misplay. I definitely should have played by my Lotus Petal, unfortunately. I did make a mistake there for sure. It's pretty bad. Could cost me, depending on what opponent's last cards are. So they definitely had Pyroblast, chat. So they made a mistake on their Mental Misstep. There was no reason for them to Mental Misstep my Spell Pierce instead of casting Pyroblast on it. Got him. Okay, yeah, that was a pretty bad mistake. It could definitely have costed me. Adding one Storm there is very important. We could have even cast some Preordains first. So I really dislike that play that I made there. Either way, they're on Rug. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in an Abrupt Decay. I think that's all I'm going to do. Abrupt Decay, Mystical. Theoretically, you can bring in Leyline versus them. It's not bad, but if they end up playing Vigors, it's kind of annoying that you can have like both of your things hit with a Vigor. So I don't like that very much. You could maybe bring in this to play around Wasteland, but theoretically they shouldn't be on very many Wastelands. If they took the last rug list from somebody, go take a look at it. Is there even a published rug list? Is there a published rug list recently? Trying to think of one. Amir should have one, right? Ah, Amir does have one. Always trust Amir. 3 Ren, 3 Dak, 2 Oko, Narset, Sprees. Boy, Arc. Man, maybe I'm just supposed to bring in Leyline in this matchup. How does this deck beat a Leyline? I guess if you're bringing in your one Nature's Claim. Like, Dak, like, Renin 6 does nothing. Tarmogoyf is pretty bad. I'm gonna try it just with the one switch. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about Amir's rug list is I think it should have at least one more way to beat a Leyline. Like, I want like some kind of creature that doesn't care about the graveyard, you know? This doesn't feel like a hand I should be keeping. This is like a hand I would keep if I was playing PO, but 3 lands preordained, like, yeah, it's just probably not good enough. Yeah, this is fine. Keep, bottom, done. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's true, Pearl. Maybe we should bring in one Leyline. I could buy that. Maybe we'll do that for game 3. The only problem with Leyline is I am an enchantment-based combo deck, so opponent is always bringing in enchantment removal, depending on how much enchantment removal they have. Like, maybe they only have one Nature's Claim, and it's fine. But if they like bring in things like Force of Vigor, it starts to get a little sus. Boop, and boop, and boop. Boop. All right, I think I'm just gonna play top and pass here. Give me the ability to spin or repeal something if I wanted to. There's a possibility that I go if they don't use their Lotus, then maybe we go for like an end of turn Lotus. I think Lotus is like not very good in Rug. I actually subscribe to the Matt Murray philosophy that you might just like not want Lotus in your Rug deck. Uh Wasteland is sad though. How many Wastelands did Amir play? Did Amir play 2 or did Amir play 1? 2. Maybe we should have brought in the forest as well. Possible. All right. Well, next turn we have the ability to brainstorm with a fetch. No, we don't have the ability to brainstorm with a fetch. Maybe we just want to fetch then. They're just gonna keep passing. I don't really care though, right? Like that turn didn't really do anything for them, but we got to look at our top 3 cards and pick one that was good. Yo, Strifo, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. It's not going super well today for anyone joining us. We are losing, but I appreciate the raid anyways. When is Strifo going to play Vintage? This is the Dak Faden format. This is Dak Faden's premier format. That's fair. If you don't like it, then I understand. Man, I guess we're not going to brainstorm and fetch because we just kind of have to fetch these away anyways. When did you try it though, actually, is a question that I would like to ask. Because I think it's changed quite a bit recently. Eternal Weekend? Hasn't changed that much since Eternal Weekend. I think what I'm going to do is just play out my power, pass, crack on end step, and look for new cards. We know that there's a Grizzlebrand and a Citadel on top of our deck, so... I'm surprised because I feel like there are some pretty strong deck fade decks. Like, I think you'd enjoy the rug deck my opponent is playing. Maybe it's not dirtily enough. you you do like the grind, and I don't recommend grinding in Vintage. You kind of want to win the game. Makes sense. All right, they finally cracked their Black Lotus. I really don't think that this deck should be playing Black Lotus. Just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, I understand. It's the all right, Treasure Cruise. I'm going to like we can beat not beat this, but we can counter this with a Flusterstorm, and it's pretty strong if we do. So what I want to do here is I want to crack this fetch, shuffle away those bad cards, and take a look with the top and see what we see. Spinning with the Ruby as we don't have a Pyroblast in our deck. What do we see? An Oath of Druids for next turn? I just don't think this Oath is going to resolve is the biggest problem. We have no way to counter, like, protect it. Maybe it's still fine, though. It's okay. Well, that's what happens when you're actually good, Wamba. Maybe they'll play, like, a Ren and 6 here, and I can go for repeal? I do think that this repeal has limited use, and I think I would be interested in just cycling through here. Also makes them pitch a card. So now I have the ability to preordain before Oath of Druids and try to find some help. I also get to bottom some cards that I don't really care about. Okay, a probe is actually pretty interesting here because that lets me see what I'm doing. Let's take a peek. Survey says 1 Force of Will and a Misstep. So, and a Pyroblast. So a Force of Will doesn't get the job done, but a Flusterstorm will. We also have the ability to hide that we have an Orchard, so opponent might choose to not counter my Oath, though I feel like that's probably unlikely. I think we should take a spin and see if we can find a Fluster. My deck is so bad. We do have an answer to Ren and 6. So opponent chose not to play Ren and 6 that turn and instead play a hold open Pyroblast. They did fetch away. They cruised away their fetch land, which is kind of unfortunate for them because they don't have anything to bring back with Ren and 6. It clearly makes sense for us to like order this way, but obviously none of those cards do anything. I'm gonna just play this Oath like this and just a blank Oath, and we'll see if they choose to force it. All right, they did choose to force it. Are they going to pitch Mental Misstep? They did choose to pitch Mental Misstep. All right. I think that's fine. It is what it is. We are going to have to find a way to draw through the cards that are currently on the top of our library and have it work out for us in a way where we have... Like, it's not too bad, though. Opponent probably just gets a Ren and 6 down here, which we're going to Abrupt Decay before they find extra lands. If they find a blue card, though, they do have a new Force of Will, which is not ideal. Well, we know that they have green mana because we know about the emerald that we bounced to their hand. Opponent should plus this, even with nothing. There you go. So at the very least, we are going to make sure that this Ren and 6 does not do anything harmful for us. We found our own Force of Will, which is obviously better than drawing Grizzlebrand. We can actually draw into that and force something on their turn if we wanted to. I think there's no reason to not hold the decay, though, in case something worse happened. Though I don't know what would be worse. Because if it's a fetch land, then we can still always hit the Ren and 6. I'm not sure if we're supposed to just use this Abrupt Decay now because it's a good use of our mana. We probably are. There's not that many better targets either. Okay, so we draw into Force of Will, and then we probably don't spin so that we can hold open Hardcast. Though Hardcast is pretty bad against Pyroblast, especially when opponent can play any of their 3-drops and have Pyroblast backup. I think I would rather look for a Oath as my new third card. Holy shit. All right, maybe what we need to do is use this Memories Journey to shuffle. Yes, not ideal, not ideal. Not ideal. All right, I think what we're going to do is we're going to draw the Memories Journey and use it to shuffle. Because there's really not much going on for us here. All right, so they have Hardcast Force now. I think we're going to draw the Memories Journey and pass, and then shuffle in our Oath, Preordain, and Oath and probably Oath, Probe, Preordain. I don't think there's any reason to play it now, though. And then if this doesn't work out, we can always spin again and not draw the bad cards. All right, they've been bricking pretty hard. They've been hitting mana sources, which is obviously good for us. Though they probably have Sanctuary in their deck, so it does mean any fetch land is kind of live. Yeah, I think I would rather maybe I just hit the 3 cards in their graveyard. No, I think I want to hit my Oath of Druids. I think upping my chance to draw Oath of Druids is pretty good. So this shuffles my deck, which gets rid of the 2 bad cards on top, and then we can respin. I don't think they would blast this, but maybe they would just so I can't shuffle. I don't know. Seems like a pretty greedy Pyroblast if they were to do that, so. I mean, hitting them is not terrible because it means that they can't, like, treasure cruise as easily or something like that, but I don't think that's worth it. All right, so this shuffle worked. We still have a Grizzlebrand on top, but we can go bottom with this Preordain. I don't think I want a Force of Will at all. I think I want to just find my Oath of Druids. Bottom. Key. Key's not bad. I have to be careful with Key, though. If I get my top countered, it's a problem, right? So the question here becomes, do I want to draw an extra card and replay top this turn, or do I want to be safe and just spin? I don't think I'm allowed to get this top countered. I think I'm going to be in a bad spot if I do that. Demonic Tutor, Flusterstorm. Nice. So next turn, we actually have Demonic for Time Vault, and it's pretty good. We might even, depending on their mana situation, go draw a card, draw the Flusterstorm or the Spell Pierce, and then Demonic for Time Vault. Have Force plus Counterspell backup, maybe. This might be winnable. I like how we played this game so far. I feel like we played this game better than a lot of our previous games. So we know that opponent has Lightning Bolt, Pyroblast, Force of Will. It's likely opponent has a non-hardcast Force of Will, but it's not guaranteed. I think what we should do is we should use our top and our key to draw our Flusterstorm. That is 1 mana. Demonic is 2 mana. And then Vault was 2 more mana. I can activate it, but I would not be able to force and fluster. Obviously, if opponent not hard cast Force, if they choose to alternate cast Force and then Pyroblast my Force, I will have to fluster, but I still will have a Vault Key in play. The problem would be a Dak fading off the top. I couldn't just wait and draw into both Pierce and Fluster. Yeah, I guess I can't use the Vault unless I choose to not draw my Fluster. I'm mixing up 2 different lines in my head and trying to talk you through them. I could, of course, just Demonic. I just think it won't resolve. So what I think I'm going to do is going to go with a Patience line, which I know that's not something we do here. I'm going to go for top, activate top, and then I'm going to try to replay top, I think. Oh, I forgot to fucking activate it again. All right, well, now we're playing like shit. I just didn't activate it again. Yeah, we're at that point in the day, for sure. Yikes. What is it? Yeah, I mean, now I have to wait, I think. I don't think there's any reason for me to lose my top right now. Oh, boy. Yeah, that was bad. Sorry. Another mana. We are definitely out-mana'd here. I mean, if they force that, then it's pretty good for us as well, so... Alright, let's try this again. I mean, we technically are drawing 2 cards a turn if we actually activate this correctly. So it is definitely our advantage to be doing this. Alright, so now we're in a pretty good spot. We've got Force and multiple counter spells. I'm gonna spin at end of turn and see what we got. I would like to maybe find one more piece of mana, maybe? Hard to say. Let's see what opponents got going on. Okay, this looks like an Oko. I wonder if they're just gonna hit my key, which is probably fine, to be perfectly honest. I mean, we could fight over this if we want. We would force, they would Pyroblast. They would, 1, 2, second card, third card. We would Fluster. We would technically win. They could just let this go. We could just let this go, and then they're pretty tapped out on mana. But if they hit my key, then what am we demonic tutoring for? Just an oath, maybe? I don't know. We could demonic for just Tinker Citadel as well. We don't want to do Tinker in the eyes of Pyroblast, really. It's kind of awkward, but I think it's pretty reasonable to just fight here. I'm going to be interested if they just don't force back, though. I think it's reasonable to go either way, to be perfectly honest. All right, so Pyroblast is gone. Fluster is gone. Are you going to force my force? Oh, second Pyroblast. That is like the worst possible outcome for me. Because if I tap them out, it's really not helping to beat their... If they have Force of Will blue card as their last card. Oh, shite. Should we spin our top with our Orchard here, maybe? All right, a whole lot of nothing here. I'm gonna draw into this preordain. Oh my god, I messed up. We're losing it as we go tonight. Yeah, I haven't posted it yet, Yama. All right, I fucked that up again. There's no undo once you've ordered on your top. Doesn't work. I also just gave them a blocker. All right, I think they probably have Force of Will blue card though. I mean, I guess I could technically reorder and make sure I grab the preordain. Yeah, I don't think you can undo top. I could be wrong though, but I've never been able to undo top. I don't think we're in a good spot here. Fuck. I guess we could just oath and make them have it. No, I don't care about... I guess you could go Decay here. Leave them with blue card Force of Will Bolt. And we have a 3/3. Well, I think that they have Force of Will blue card, which I can't counter with my Spell Pierce. That's my biggest problem. So this makes me not want to go for Tinker. This makes me not want to go for Oath. Decay is interesting because I can deal with their Oko and still be playable, maybe? That's true. I could preordain and look for a Force of Will and try to do that. Decay is the safest line. Maybe they don't have a blue card for Force of Will. I guess that's theoretically possible as well. I think that all the lines have merit. I mean, we are theoretically winning on board if we are killing this Oko, as we have a top and they don't. I'm gonna go Decay line. Think they'll block if I do this? I'll just go face. Okay. I don't want to give them any more spirits. I think I would rather lose my pedal than give them a spirit. That might not be right. I'm not sure. Okay. This is fine. They're left with Force of Will, Lightning Bolt, Unknowns. We have a 3/3 in play. We have 4 mana to work with. All of our top decks are Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, sure. Yes, you've top decked Ancestral Recall. Pretty good. And how you have Mystic Sanctuary Ancestral? I hate Mystic Sanctuary so much, chat. God, it's such a fucking blowout. What an absolute blowout. I mean, it was a blowout either way, I guess, but what a fucking joke this card is. Yeah. Whatever. This game is washed. Maybe we should have gone for Oath and made him have it. I mean, we still get blown out by Ancestral off the top, so like, what are we supposed to fucking do? The problem isn't the problem isn't even solely Ancestral. It's the fact. I guess I could have I could have flashbacked Journey, I guess, but it's too late. I'm too tilted. It's fine. It's that point in the night. It's pretty lost after the first Ancestral, but yeah. The second Ancestral resolving is pretty bad for me. I probably should have tried to Journey it, I guess. Third Pyroblast? Fair. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna top deck Ancestral, then there's not really much I can do there. I mean, going for the Abrupt Decay is kind of a safe line, but it's pretty bad against opponent top decking a Delve spell or an Ancestral, I guess. So yeah, we definitely should have Memories journeyed their Ancestral in response to the Sanctuary, even though it probably just doesn't work because they probably just Lightning Bolt. They probably just Pyroblast the Memories journey, so it probably ends up being the same thing. But I mean, it's still the correct play. I should have done it. If you get into Vintage, I recommend drawing Ancestral Recall, and then actually like lands. You know, lands are good too because all your lands are Ancestral Recalls. Yeah, this was bad. I mean, I'm sure we could have played that sequence better. We had lots of choices. Obviously, we messed up on one top activation, which set us back an entire turn. So maybe we would have won if we had activated our top correctly. Possible. Because we probably would have gone it earlier, like one whole turn earlier, right? So was that we went right after the Oko, so maybe not. Yeah. All right. Well, the game is very over. Obviously, the game was over when they trapped like the ancestral. We just had no way to beat it. All right, now they have a claim, so we don't even have any. Oh fuck, we don't even have any oath outs. All we have is Yogwill, maybe. Top deck oath doesn't beat them. They have a claim off of a Narset. Was this game two? I don't remember it being game two. Pretty sure this is game three. Oh, that was game two. Chat, are we losing it? It's only been 7 hours. I guess we've done a lot of things in between rounds. We haven't never stopped doing things. So maybe it feels like more. Oh, okay. Should we try the one ley line? I kind of dig that life. Ley line seems so good versus them. Yeah, that's what's keeping me from being A tier. It's the stamina. Maybe we should cut Vault Key in this matchup. Kind of seems bad in this matchup. Needle seems too narrow when they have Okos and stuff, though. I mean, Volkey almost worked. I just needed one more turn, right? Just get rid of Repeal. Oh. Maybe we'll try this. We've had a lot of hands today that were Yogwill Tendrils, huh? Hmm. This is such a weird hand. Such a weird hand. Because it's basically a mulligan with the tendrils, but the 6-card hand itself is weird. No cantrips. But you have all the colors of mana. You have turn 1 Oath, which is not great, but it's fine. It's like if we can turn 1 Oath and we draw a mana source, then we play Oko, target their Moxen, trigger my Oath. I have Pyroblast reinforcements, so it gets better. This hand's not. I don't know. Whatever. We have 3 minutes on my clock. We might as well just keep it and find out. Yeah, whatever. I mean, at this point, if we time out, it's not a huge deal. We've not done the Magic the Gathering very well today. I don't even think we can prize. Right? It's pretty much impossible for us to prize. So, pretty sure the prizes for PTQs are pretty bad, right? If I remember correctly, maybe they're not. I mean, if they, yeah, I guess theoretically I could go for Island here. Yeah, that's actually fine. Let's go for Island here. Because I still need another land no matter what on my Yogwill, so. They forced it? They pitched Ancestral? Oh, chat. I don't know, man. That seems like very bold to me. Just let it resolve. Alright. Sure. Pitching Ancestral to Force of Will is like pretty sus. Yeah, so just let it happen. Like, Ancestral is more important for them than Oath is for me, I think. Chat, Jet Leyline of the Void, chat. A classic, a classic. So if I go... yeah, I'm going to keep these and play a Jet. And then next turn, we either play Oath or Oko. We can actually Yogwill if we wanted to go for land Ponder. I think that's worse. I think that's worse. So going for Oko against Pyroblast up is pretty bad. So we got to be careful which way we go here. Maybe they'll play like a Dreadhorde Arcanist. I saw they left in Dreadhorde Arcanist. I'm going to go Yogwill here. Yeah, I have to be pretty fast. I wanted to shuffle that ley line. I think demonic is actually worth this. Keep. It actually turns my oath into an actual threat. What are you fetch landing for? Nature's Claim? Wasteland. Ah, that's really unfortunate. But now I have to demonic first. They only have 2 cards in hand. It's pretty unlikely they have Force or Nature's Claim when we think there's 1 Nature's Claim in their deck. Wasteland. I'm glad we got this first island, I guess. And we have on-color Moxen. Kind of lucky. $20 cards. We don't have Yogwill anymore. Vamp. We lost our Time Walk as well. Oh, they had nothing. Okay. Pew, 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 pew. I love this deck, though. It's so much fun to play. So much fun. Kyuki, you top 8 yesterday? Congrats. This is it, chat. This is the final round of the first ever. Well, it's probably not first ever, but it's the vintage PTQ. A vintage PTQ. A vintage PTQ in 2021. It's insanity. All right, whatever. It's the last round. We're 4-4. We're gonna try to get our 5-4 positive record. Let's do it. Keep. What? Where were my chat? Where were these hands in the beginning of the tournament? All right, somebody, it's time to exclamation mark MBT, because I think hiding the Forbidden Orchard is more important than playing around Mindbreak Trap. You can quote me on that. Look at this hand. Turn 1, Oath of Druids, Forbidden Orchard, Force of Will backup. Like, my deck is perfect. How could I ever lose a match? Proceeds to draw Bolas Citadel. They're going to concede. There's no way. There's no way they even play it out. They hide the tech. They show me nothing. We get a free game. I know. People used to play Mind Break Trap. The Luris days. That's a good start. Double Moxin. Oh, was this a PO player? All right, chat. Can we win the game without... Oh, I forgot to hit the... Oops. Whoops. I was too busy looking at Twitter and I forgot to hit the fucking Forbidden Orchard. I quit, chat. Maybe we will lose this game. B tier vintage plays. Now everybody gets to say that whenever I make a mistake. They can just say B tier vintage plays. No spin? Why no spin? No spin? God damn it. I'm too busy having fun looking at people's reactions, and it's too bad. Yeah, Mystical. Whatever. Tinker, I assume. We might lose this game now. Should be down below, D-Rock, if you scroll down. Yeah, if they resolve this Tinker, we probably lose, which is fucking hilarious. I threw this game so hard. Yeah, it's okay. It's whatever. I'm just laughing at all the things that I'm seeing on both sides of my other monitors. There's some funny shit happening. Like Mike Noble finding the tiniest nitpicks. It's a classic. It is a classic Noble action. Oh, they played the land? Does that mean you have Pyroblast? Oh my god, we're gonna lose, chat. They're gonna play Tinker with Pyroblast back up on turn 2. This is the worst. Oh, they didn't have it. We have a chance. If they have to use their top, even if this happens, we have a chance. I mean, of course we deserve to lose this game, but whenever you deserve to lose the game, you easily win, right? I want an opponent to be able to play some spells, you know? You have to think of the sportsmanship aspect. No. It's chat's fault. You need to understand that even if you think it's not your fault, it's your fault. All right. Never punished. Not our deck is so good. We get to see what opponent's playing and win anyways. That's how good our deck is. Okay, so I'm gonna board out Abrupt Decay and I'm gonna board into Claims instead. I think they're on either a Grace's Tinker deck or a PO deck. Kind of hard to tell. But I would rather have Claim. It's a little bit more versatile than Decay. Most of the time, there's nothing I really need to Super Decay, and Claim actually hits Citadel, which is nice. I think you can usually lose Repeal here. Seems fine. There, you might be on Pyroblast, so there's a reason to maybe go Mystical down, but I think it's fine. Play objectively wrong? When did I play objectively wrong? It was a misclick. Misclicking is not playing objectively wrong. Probably. I don't fucking know. Probably, maybe. Look at this deck. How could I ever lose? Nah, misclicks are not the same as tactical choices that you made. It's different. All right, all right. It was intentional. I wanted to see more of opponent's deck. You got me. You got me. Wow, that's a good start from our opponent. I would definitely take these starts most of the time. All right, all right, okay. What do we do? 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 Do we just hold open fluster? Probably. You're in top 8, Mandalore? That's fantastic. Congratulations. Good luck. Oh, Falcon. Yeah, yeah. There you go. You gonna help with data collection tonight? White Czar does pretty well as well. I don't like the decks White Czar ever chooses, but is this another Tinker? Oh. Alright, that resolves. It's okay. Just focus on winning your next 2 rounds. Whatever happens, happens. Tinker? Tinker? Oh, friend. Oh, friend. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, friend. It just wasn't meant to be. It just wasn't meant to be. Opponent had double turn 2 Tinker hands, huh? With top. Pretty good. I don't think White Czar top 8'd yesterday. I know Falcon did, though. I definitely want to cast Flusterstorm over Spell Pierce there, because if opponent had Force of Will, Mental Misstep, they could counter Spell Pierce, but neither of those would counter Flusterstorm. Now, my Spell Pierce can hit their Force of Will if they had turn 2 Tinker with Force of Will backup. Wow, they had turn 2, so they are playing PO, and they had turn 2 Tinker with Force of Will backup, but I'm on the next level with my Spell Pierce. Also, the good top deck of the Flusterstorm. We won't not count that. See, my deck is running on all cylinders like 7 hours too late. If my deck was running like this 7 hours ago, we would be in the finals right now. We would be playing Falcon Eye. Go get him, Isaac. I'm reading too many other chats right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need to focus on the current content. I'm watching Bullwinkle challenge Slasher to money matches, which I think is fucking hilarious. I'll watch that. I'll tune into the Twitch stream for 100 ticket money matches between Slasher and Bullwinkle. I watched a little bit of the Zoomer what was that called? 8 player event. It was kind of fun. We gotta up their production quality. Maybe I should just commentate on those. Oh, yo, what? Uh-oh. Are we dead? Opponent went off. This hand is nuts. This hand was turn 2 Tinker with Force backup. It doesn't matter that I got flustered. Untap, Breach, Tinker again? That's insane. All right, opponent deserves to win this game for sure. Brain freeze. Yeah, that's game. Wow. Wow, what a hand. What an absolute slapping. I thought I had 0% chance to lose this game, to be perfectly honest. Damn, I really didn't think we had this at all. Wow, that's incredible. Wow. Wow. Yeah, Nature's Claim, definitely good here, for sure. I'm gonna take out the Mystical and just put in one more Nature's Claim. Though there's some merit to a Decay now. I think I'd still rather have Claim. I can't believe we lost that game. That's insanity. Our hand was not as good as opponents. What the? Okay, keep. I mean, we might die if we pass, right? All right, turn 1 Orchard. Oath of Druids. Beat me. This has just been this has been a vintage heavyweight slugfest. Just both decks operating on 1000% efficiency, murdering each other. It's incredible. Like, I have no doubt my opponent is going to go Mana Crypt, Sapphire, Tinker. I have 0 doubt in my mind. PO for 2? Yeah? Jet? You need an opal. You need an opal. You need an opal. Demonic? Whisper. Need an opal. Or a Lotus. Petal? They're 1 short of a second PO. I mean, theoretically, I should not F6 here, but I'm off the caring part of the stream. Top. Okay. All right. We get a Grizzlebrand. This is good. Ooh, man, that was scary. Opponent took some game action. Storm count 9. Is this what it's like to be on the other side of the PO matchup? All right, chat. Let's do it. We are definitely not allowed to pass the turn back. That's a lot of magic cards. So let's think about this here. If I just double draw down to, I can't double draw because then I would die. If I draw once and then, fuck, about this for a second. I guess what I should really do is put the Lotus and the Yogwill back in my deck. Put the Lotus, the Yogwill, and the Time Walk back into my deck. How many 0 drops are left in my deck? There's only 1 Moxen left in my deck. I actually need to hit the Moxen. The Time Walk. That was a lot of cards in my graveyard. One of the cards in my 11 cards is a Grizzlebrand. How many forces are left? 1 force is left. I guess theoretically I could draw first, but I don't actually want to do that. If opponent end up drawing Force of Will, we could be in trouble here. All right. I think what I'm gonna do is cast Journey, and I'm gonna target myself, and I'm gonna target Yogwill, Time Walk, and Black Lotus. We probably lose this game. No, no, no. Okay, hold on. Let's think about this. Oh, shite. I need nope, no misstep. All right. If I draw 7 cards, that means I go to 4 cards and I draw to 3 cards, and then I get to go to 2 cards. They go to 11. Go to 1 card. They go to okay. So I have enough where I can draw cards. I just don't have cards in my deck that do anything. Maybe I was supposed to draw. Where did they get blue mana? Oh, the pedal. I was trying to figure out where the fuck they got blue mana from. Uh yeah, but they do different things, chat. Like Memory's Journey and Gaia's Blessing are very different. Oh, I don't need to explain this to chat though. I feel like it's just a troll comment. I do think that maybe we need like one other like a regrowth or something in my deck. No covered, underground, tropical, tropical. There is technically an underground, but I don't want to fetch because I need all of the turns. So I kind of have to play Orchard, Pearl, Pass. I have to win this game with just 1 Force of Will, which seems like a fucking challenge. Yeah. We probably lose this game because of a bad flip there, huh? It's pretty sad. If 1 Force of Will is good enough to win this game, then we will win. If it's not, we will probably lose. I do have the ability to claim something, but it's not great because giving them 4 life is giving them a turn unless they lose a flip. I can vamp for free. What does that mean? There's nothing left in my deck. I needed my journey to resolve, unfortunately. Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, I don't think any of the cards left in my deck do anything, right? I guess we can find out. Doesn't really change anything. Well, if this doesn't resolve, then I want to be able to claim something, so... You really have an answer here? Alright, well, now my Nature's Claim doesn't give them a turn, so that's good. Man, I feel like opponent ran really well here. Holy shit. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to hit the crypt. They did lose their top and they're only drawing 2 cards, so maybe it's fine. It is a PO deck, but if they just hit a Underworld Breach, we lose, I guess. So it kind of doesn't matter, right? What's left in our deck? I could figure it out. They just Underworld Breaching me here? Or Brain Freeze? Yeah, that also kills me. What are they breaching for? Petal? For blue source? Yeah, this was really unfortunate, but I think opponent still had to draw like really high roll to beat what we had. I guess nah, they just needed one counterspell because we flipped really badly, I guess. Hmm. This is more like how we've been running the whole night. Okay, so it is Petal. So what do they have? Are you gonna go for a Night's Whisper, or are you gonna like? What's the plan? Jet? Oh, they have a PO in their hand, and that gives them exactly enough to PO again. Damn, we're dead for life. We're dead for life. Man, maybe we should play this PO deck, chat. Seems really good. Have we ever tried that before? I mean, go off, dude. Go off, my dude. Hmm. I have not played Ordum's Chant PO. That's not on the to-do list. We got another turn, which is always fun. I guess we can choose which card to draw here. Really no loss to us. I don't think there are any cards in our deck that do it. Perfect! Just how I planned it. F6. All right, what's the chance, chat, that opponent does nothing in over 2 turns and they die? What's the chance? There's a chance, right? There's got to be a chance. Like, does this PO deck play opals anymore? I feel like PO is pretty bad if you don't play opals. All right, we're dead. It was a good fight. God, I feel like that was so rough. It was so rough. I have actually not had that happen to me yet. Where I like have a bad oath hit and I can't resolve a recursion. Wait, why did we get an underworld breach? Why did we not just vamp for ancestral and kill me? I literally die to ancestral recall. You just need to search for ancestral recall with vamp and ancestral recall targeting me. For style points, you could brain freeze me. To be fair, chat, if I had gone to my draw step and played a land, I could have played around Flusterstorm. So I think it's my own fault, right? What? How is this the choice? How do we go for Tinker? All right, now they can vamp, though. They can just vamp again. What happened? Are you just styling on me? Are you saying I still had all these? Is that what they're doing? I think they're saying I still had all these, because I'm so confused. So what if we had just played around Flusterstorm by not activating in my upkeep? No, I couldn't do that because I didn't have enough mana, right? I only had just the Orchard, right? All I had was the Orchard. Oh, I could have activated that twice. No, so I couldn't even play around Flusterstorm, right? Quit explaining. GG, well played, next game. There's no fucking next game, Matt Flacco. All right, Matt Flacco. I didn't actually want to ban you. I just wanted to time you out. Dumbass. Thinking about how you can play better is probably one of the most important things you can do. Highly recommend it. Jesus Christ. All right, for the rest of the chat, I appreciate you being here. It was fun. We did a lot of fun things today. We lost a lot of magic, but we made a Kaldheim spoiler thing. We found some cool cards in that set that I didn't even know existed, including the thing that makes your skull clamping Memnites come back to your hand. That card is cool. I can't wait to try to make that work in a vintage weekly event. That'll be a lot of fun. What else do we have going on? Oh, yo, what's up, Kane? Thanks for joining us. We're ending our stream here as well. How did you do today? 6-3, not bad, not bad. Decent outing. Yeah, so like I said, we did Kaldheim spoilers, we lost a lot of magic, and we did the MTGO vintage player tier list, which was 100% accurate, and you can't even argue with it because it's just factually true statements all across the board. What did we finish? Like a millionth place. We won like 2 matches of Magic, chat. we actually did win 2 matches of Magic, right? No, we won 3 matches of Magic. Yeah, I wanted to stay in the tournament just so I could do data collection with everybody. So I would have dropped after we were like 03 or whatever we were, 02, but yeah, I think we ran cold and didn't really play great either, so it's kind of to be expected. So we did stream for a good 8 hours today, a solid day. If you like this channel or you came from somewhere else or this is your first time here, my name is Justin. I'm actually level 1. I'm clearly a D tier vintage player. I'm a Twitch partnered streamer. I basically only stream vintage. So if you're interested in learning vintage or watching vintage, this is the place to be. If you can check out my YouTube or you can check out my YouTube. I put that link in chat and it's also down below. Subscribe there and follow here. Both of those are free actions that help me grow the channel. I would really appreciate if you followed or subscribed. That would make the world to me. The next stream is going to be Wednesday, unless I find some. Oh, I might stream earlier than Wednesday because I do have Mana Traders matches that I want to play. I'm down to like 13th place on the Mana Trader leaderboard, so I think we're gonna have one more stream outing where we try to go like 4 or 5-0. We can go 4 or 5-0, then we should be able to get back into like 5 to 10 range, which would be better pricing. So we're gonna try to do that. So maybe on Monday or Tuesday at like 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll probably do a Mana Traders matches, and then Wednesday 7 p.m. Eastern is the weekly Mythic Society vintage event. So that's like a fun FNM styled, low entry, $5 gets you entry for the whole month. Really fun event. We'll probably play some kind of fun brew for that event. I usually let Twitch chat help me brew a deck before that event. So 6 p.m. probably is what we're shooting for. The leaderboard closes on the 26th. All right, so maybe we're streaming on the night of the 26th or the after the 26th. So then I could do Monday or Tuesday if it's closing on the night of the 20th. I'll have to look it up. Either way, and then we always stream every vintage challenge at 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays on this channel. Next weekend is not the challenge. We will not be streaming the challenge next weekend. We will be streaming the Mana Traders Swiss. So I'm qualified for the Mana Traders event. That's like a 15K worth of prizes. So that will be on this Saturday. Hopefully, we'll try to figure out some kind of other deck to play because maybe this deck is not that good. Who knows? You can double queue. I just can't double queue and stream. It just doesn't work for me, and it makes for bad recorded content. So doesn't work for me. Either way, that